Alright, this is WWJ Whipping with Joe. Anyway, I haven't been on the fishing spree. I'm actually, like I said, I'm a professional photographer, so we are doing kawaii schools at this time, and that entails like Monday to Friday, 5 days a week, basically. Anyway, and so my days are tied up. But anyway, so what happened was gonna show you this guy over here. Anyway. I've got to show you this whole thing came in the mail and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, so I thought I'd make a video. Made a video. Let's see what I got. Okay, we'll put this in sequence here. This is what happened. Anyway, we tried to filter the Sharpie. I recommend the Sharpie 4, Sharpie 5. Has been an excellent reel. And one of those that I've recommended in the 95 reels. So anyway, we got most of course, top dog is this Ferris. The Quantums, the Quantum 30, I field tested Quantum 30, Quantum 35, Quantum 40, Quantum 45. Recommend those reels. And I got to the Kastking. This is the newest one with 15 seals. It says this thing got 15 seals. IPX6. So what happened was first I started with the 3000. I started with the 3000 first. Use that there for 45 hours. I really love the reel. It's 14 ounces though. Let me see the specs of this guy. You know, it's 14 ounces. Let's see what we got. Specs of this one here. Anyway, the gear ratio is 5.7 to 1 for like 3.9 ounces at 14 ounces, 30 pounds of drag, and about 31 inches per crank. And this is the 3000. So I use it for like 40 something hours, 45 hours, and we had line roller failure. And what happened when I took it apart, when I took it apart, the line roller right here, and I look at the schematic, that guy was missing 2 washers, one on the inside there and one on the outside there, but it did work for 45 hours with no failure. I mean, wow, it was pretty cool. I think we have no parts, but anyway. So what I did was I emailed them, and you know what? So they said, "Well, you want a replacement or a refund?" I said, "Well, so I will put a replacement." So I sent the thing in, and then they told me replacement was not available. I said, "What? No, they were out of stock. Out of stock." Well, so anyway, so then I got the refund, and then after I got the refund, I went and got another one. So anyway, so this one came in. So this is where we at, right here. 3000. Gotta make sure we're cruising over here. I noticed I got grease. They say this is IPX6 waterproof. So this will be the second look of the Kastking. Here's the towel. So anyway, let's do this guy here. Put this guy together here. So anyway, so then in the meantime, I got a 4000. I got a bigger guy because this thing like didn't have enough capacity. So I figured I went to the 40 and I would put 40-pound braid in this cat here. But anyway, I recommend this guy right now. Made for salt water. Made for salt water. That's why. Anyway, so the 4000 came in, and I field tested the 4000. Man, and the 4000 was giving me wind nuts. It was wind nuts. Changed the rod. I think maybe 4 different rods. Still the same thing. But you know, never thought about changing the braid. I was using Kastking braid. I never thought about changing the braid. So anyway, so when I got the caps in, then I got the 5000. So I'll show you this. So this is the 5000 here. I'm going to show you. But this is same as the Reliance, like, I mean, the way they do this thing is because when you get a reel, you notice that there's no grease in here. If you notice that there's grease inside here, you see it? Yeah, get grease over there, I don't know. But they get grease in there, so they put grease on it so water can get in there. So that's a good thing. You mean? So that's a good thing. So I'll put this on the side here. So this is the same thing, like I said, the 3000. You got grease inside here, so that helps. Like I said, 15 seals. It says it's supposed to be totally waterproof, but it's IPX6. I think the Spheros and Gosa and all that stuff, I think they're IPX either 8 or IPX9. You know, totally waterproof to the max. But anyway, so I show you the difference between the 3 and the 4 here. Is that correct here? I think so. 3000 and the 4000. I mean, they look almost the same. It's just the capacity of the 4 is bigger. I'm not sure about the parts though, you know. They look the same to me, but one's listed as a 4,000, and then one listed as a 5,000, 3,000. So anyway, what we did was we got the 5,000, and guess what? So anyway, this thing was giving me a whole bunch of wind nuts. I called and talked to Paul, and then I said, you know, this thing give me wind nuts, you know, what do you think, whatever the case would be. Anyway, then the line roller wouldn't want to work, whatever the case would be. So anyway, so he told me, well, you know, we'll replacement or refund, whatever. So yeah, I sent the reel in, and guess what? Replacement. They're out of stock. Wow, I said, man, out of stock. Okay, well, never mind. So anyway, so they refunded me, and then when it came available, so here we are. So refund, reorder, refund, reorder. Then in the meantime, when we were waiting for this 2 year, we got the 5,000. When you see the difference, you're like, oh, look! You see the difference between the 4,000 and the 5,000? Man, it's like this should be like a 6,000 something. Really. I mean, it's like, I don't know even know how they got that thing, but I think probably because majority of the reels are 4,000 and less for being short, you know, small little reels, and then the 5 and 6, 7, they're bigger, made for salt water. I believe that is what they're doing. Same thing, IPX6, 15 seals, and he's got about, I don't know how many bearings they got, but they got a lot of bearings. But I love the crank. You know, I love all these cranks. Why? Because the cranks are, so you got a ball. I love ball cranks. Forget about this paddle stuff, man. It is easy to crank. But anyway, so look at the difference between these, like the 4 and the 5,000. Man, I don't know. I think they muffed it. I think so. There should be one ring between, really. 4.5K maybe, whatever it is. But man, this is like, maybe they labeled it wrong. I mean, you got to put a 6,000, just to tell you. Anyway, when I got this guy here, he was giving me a whole bunch of wind nuts too. Same as a 4,000. So I said, well, you know, I've already changed rods on this guy here. 4 different rods. They do the same thing. And, but I was still using Kastking braid. So I said, well, let me try Power Pro. So I tried Power Pro, and you know what? I don't know how many hours this guy, probably got 18 hours now, and no wind nuts at all. So, I don't know, it's a braid, I don't know. So, what I'm going to do is, because the 4,000 gave me a whole bunch of wind nuts, and I was using Kastking braid, I'm going to use Power Pro on this one here and see if we still have wind nuts. If not, then it's the braid. And why it is the braid, I got the slice of it, the way it's made, you know, I don't really know. But first time I had an issue with braid. Normally it doesn't matter which braid I use, it's, you know, it's having given me problems. But anyway, so that's the problem. I mean, 2 things I see is because the difference in sizes, you know, 4,000, 5,000, like, phew, how in the world do they ever do that? Really? Look at it. How do they ever really do that? Like, I don't really know. This guy is huge. And this guy's 22 ounces, and this is 14. But anyway, I thought I'd share with you. So this is a second look of Kastking. So I highly recommend this 3,000. So 4,000, if it's good as a 3,000, only thing give me wind nuts would be the braid. And if the braid does work, so we're going to find that out. But I'm going to put braid today, and then we're going to go and field test it, and then see how it works for a couple hours. But this Kastking 5,000, I think currently has 18 hours. 18 hours of popping and no wind nuts. But it's still smooth, still good. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. Kastking 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. I have the 8,000. It's that heavy. This is 14 ounces now. These smaller guys, they're 14 ounces, they're well built. I don't think you want to put mono on this guy, really. I mean, I think you would put braid in it. It's made for braid. You know, you can tell a lightweight reel. You don't want to put no braid on it, like it probably fall apart or something. But this is like solidly built. Anyway, again, this is the second look at the Kastking, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. Anyway, WWG, Whipping with Joe. Aloha. Thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend. Aloha.